So she wants to bog mine down.
Basically. It's part of that relationship we have. You do all the yucky stuff. I do all the fun stuff. Right?
Just color, brother. Just color.
So, speaking
roll
of,
with
Jetty's
it.
been building fence today. Jetty and Trip both have been building fence because guess what they're putting in my pool? Guess what we're putting in my pool today? Water! H2O! Water. Putting water. Did I get that right? Did I say that right? I got the right chemical compounds? Okay, we're putting water in my pool today, so that has me really excited, but I haven't been here. I had to tell you a really quick story. I have an interview that I'm going to do just in a moment, but I have to tell you a brief story about my day. It was spent with my mom and my sister in the kitchen at my sister's house. And I don't know if any of you saw my post. Let me interview everybody really quick. Okay. I don't know if you saw my post, but I don't know. I'm a pretty good cook. Jetty would say I'm a really excellent cook, but somehow, I don't even know when this happened, but at some point when I was about 19, I was asked to bring something to Thanksgiving, and I was going to 2 different Thanksgivings at the time, okay? And I had made a recipe that the other family had asked me to bring, and it was some sort of fruit salad that was frozen, okay? It was like frozen, and then you cut it up, and it had mayonnaise in it. Like, I don't know if it's actually mayonnaise or Miracle Whip. This is a bunch of years ago, but anyway, whatever happened, I don't know I don't remember it to its fullness. I just remember thinking, it tasted weird. The other family loved it. My family, and I'm sort of thinking maybe I did put too much mayonnaise in it, but I just remembered thinking, they asked for the specific recipe, the other family did. And I remember just thinking, this is kind of grody, but it's what I had made. And since everybody else liked it, I thought it's probably just me. It's not my taste. I don't like it. I take it to my family. And after that, I got the shutdown, like the smackdown. After that, they were like, well, who wants to bring, all these different things? And basically it's like, Lori, you want to bring the Chex Mix? And I'm like, okay. And I thought, well, that was easy. That first, like when I was 20 or 21, I'm like, well, that was easy. Well, 22, it's like, who's going to bring the paper plates? Lori, you want to bring the paper plates? And I'm like, wow, 2 years in a row, like super easy. Okay. Well, keep in mind that this entire time I'm actually managing to feed my family. And if I take things to other events like that my family's not at, I get like rave reviews. People are like, I want to know your recipe. And so my family is totally missing out every Thanksgiving on the skills that I have. But this has turned into one of those things where like, okay, I think it's a combination of things, basically. The combination goes kind of like this. I got that reputation early on, still in my teens. And also, my mom is a control freak in the kitchen. She and her sister could never, ever, like we would do the whole day before Thanksgiving prep work day, and they would always end up squabbling over something. And I remember Thanksgiving day before, the day before Thanksgiving was always a day of stress. And I remember hating it as a child. I remember thinking, by the time you get to Thanksgiving, everybody's like not speaking to each other and just like moving around with their plate and just, like, like this. And it's like, okay, well, whatever. Well, today, my mom and my sister, who inherited the same gene that my mother has, and I got together to cook, and they assigned me to playing with baby Jess. And they're like pitiful, poor me. And you're like, bless your heart. Because I brought some Schwann's food for today. Because, you got to feed the workers today. So I brought some frozen pizzas, and I brought some, what they were calling rich people food. They're like, oh, Lori brought some rich people food. And I'm like, okay, well, I was actually wanting to flag some fingers at them. I'm like, I didn't. But anyway, I was like, okay. So we go through the entire day. And I had brought the stuff to make cherry dump cake. You guys probably saw me at some point or the other talking about cherry dump cake, which was amazing because I ate it at our church Thanksgiving. It's super easy to make. I asked, this is a trick I learned. I go, wait a minute. I say, Siri, wait a minute. Siri, can you give me a great cherry dump cake recipe? And that's all I had to say is say it out loud like that. And my sister goes, oh, no, it's okay. She's like, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, this is recording everything I just said. So everything, she says like, it's fine. My mother-in-law has a great recipe for that. I'll get it for her for you. And I'm like, okay. Next thing I know, I come back in the kitchen. I waltz back through and the cherry dump cake is dumped. Everything is in the pan. And she's like bent over with her apron, sticking it in the oven. And I'm like, is that my stuff that I was making that I brought with me that I was going to make a cherry dump cake with? And she's like, oh, I just kind of took care of it already. It's okay. It's all good. And I'm like, they think the trick's on me. Oh no. I got to spend the whole day playing with baby Jess, and they walked out there with like flour and sweat, and they feel sorry for me. Is that right, Jetty? Is it true? Jetty was there for part of the day. Yeah. My mom was even explaining me to her boyfriend. She's like, oh, she never did claim to be Betty Crocker, but she fed us today, didn't you, sweetie? You fed us today. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I did. I fed you today. She's like, she brought frozen food. It's okay. It's okay. And, oh, this is being recorded, but they don't watch my Zoom calls anyway. But they never claimed to be Plexus ambassadors. I didn't claim to be Betty Crocker. And even though they have accounts and even though they have ambassador numbers, they don't claim to be Plexus ambassadors. So anyway, on with the show. Just had to share my day. So for those of you, if you did prep work today, raise your hand. I did not. I was at the prep work. Did anybody do some prep work? Okay, Karen Ritter did. No preparatory work? What are you going to do about the onions and the celery?
Aaron did.
Oh, there she is. Aaron, what did you do for prep work today? Do you want to share with us real quick? I can't hear
you.
Uh-oh. Here, I'm going to unmute you.
Oh,
Now try.
Oh.
There you are.
Okay. Jesse muted my phone, so there wasn't so much feedback. I made cookies today. I guess it wasn't really prep work. I just made cookies ahead of time.
Okay, well, that's prep work to me. That's here. I'll mute you back unless you have something. Okay. So yeah, I did prep work as in I just helped with baby Jess, and that was just totally fine with me. So tonight, what we're going to really talk about, and I'm actually excited to see that there are more than like 2 or 3 of us on here tonight, because I was afraid just with the fact that tomorrow is Thanksgiving that many of you may be like, yeah, I don't have time for that tonight. But anyway, I'm glad it's recorded regardless, because the topic is going to be really relevant. I know we've discussed in the past doing launch parties, pajama parties, tailgate parties, whatever you want to call them. And someone that I see that's very consistent in doing them, and so I sort of began to give him the quiz down, is Cousin Carl. I said, Cousin Carl, can you tell me, is that working out pretty good for you? And he said it was working out pretty good for him. The cool thing is he's figured out something that I want him to share with. I want him to share two things for sure, and then anything else he wants to share. I want him to share with us how often he does it, if he's finding it to be fruitful. Those are two sort of the same question there. And also, I want you to tell us about this new app that you're using. So take it away.
Howdy, guys. I'm actually in Okie today. So actually been in Okie since last Friday. So it's good to be back in Oklahoma State. But yeah, what she's talking about is when we do these launch parties that we started doing, it's been pretty fruitful for us. I will admit the first probably 2 or 3 of them were stressful as all get out. I mean, it is actually our very debut one, my computer crashed and I had to do everything from my phone. And I run 90% of my business from this phone anyway, but trying to run a online party from your phone, whew, I had to find out. If I start looking, there's got to be some way to help me do this. Lo and behold, a fellow ambassador on the Florida team, Lyndall Hurst. I don't know if you guys know her. She does the Super Saturday stuff. She is awesome. She is the one that pointed us to this app called Post My Party. And here, I'm going to share my screen, and I'll go show you. Where's it at? Maybe if I can find it. Hold on. There it is. All right. Everybody see that?
Yes.
All right. This very simple web address, postmyparty.com. You go in, you can have a 14-day trial to sign up on this. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy once you get into it and start looking at it. Oh, I can let that video play if you'd like to hear it, but if you can go watch it yourself is what I would do. I'd recommend. It kind of goes through and gives you kind of a brief, quick overview of how to set up your online party. And you go through and like each post that we do in our online party, you put it in here and it posts for you. And say we do post every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, once it gets started, it's posting for us. I can get up and go get a drink. I can get up and walk away. It's still posting. And that way it allows you to be able to communicate with your customers and your other fellow ambassadors that are on with you. You don't have to focus on the posting part. You actually get to be a part of your online party instead of being the party. And when it's all said and done, you don't want it to quit. I never want it to stop when I do it. To do the hour, the 2.5 hours, I still want to keep going. And so it's so much easier. They do have how-to videos, how to do it. They are very, very quick on answering your questions. What I did is I went ahead and signed up. There's a fall special going on right now. You can sign up for a 14-day trial to try it out for $1. And if you have trouble setting it up, by all means, let me know. I can definitely walk you through it. We liked it so much, I jumped in on it. We spend the $10 a month, and it's great. The 7-day trial thing, 7-day challenges that you're doing, this would be absolutely perfect. You set it. You set your template.
Great idea. Okay, I'm loving this. Go ahead, keep going.
Set it and forget it, and keep reusing it. It's a template.
So you can save a party, is what you're saying.
Right. You can. Can you see this screen?
Yes.
There's our online template right there, Plexus Party template. There is with 18 generic posts that we post that, when you're doing the online party, you got to go through the disclaimer. You go through all the, hey, this is what we are. You get that all out of the way, and then you finally get into the guts. Well, it's the same stuff over and over. We kind of mix it up just so it doesn't get stagnant, but it's pretty much, that is the online party right there. And you can add posts to your template and create a party. So you wanted a party for a December 1st launch party. You can rename it, add to your template, and set however many the times you want to do it, and bam,
So you're able to plug in exactly what you want on every single post.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
literally,
like here, see, here's what you would go through. If you had a picture, you got a web link. You type in there what you want in the message. You say you want a picture. You go grab the picture. Tell it the day of the template, the second day, because usually launch it to introduce that it's coming. Your second day is what we do is the day of the party. You tell it what time you want to post, and move on. Go to the next one.
very cool.
There's your next one.
Okay,
There's our disclaimer.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So anybody who has, like, for example, if I were to, you can save several different parties if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Right.
you get unlimited. If you do the $10 a month, you can have unlimited parties, and all you have to have it linked to is to your Facebook event or group.
Okay. Okay.
I would recommend doing groups. They're a little harder to control far as how many people get added to, but I mean, I don't care if the whole world gets added to mine. But the problem with an event is that you can't see who's seen your post. But with a group, like you can go and look and see who saw your post even after your party's done.
Yeah.
So that is where I go and I build. I call those my fence sitter group.
Yeah,
So
because you can see.
I'm
Yeah,
like, hey, I see Rick looked at this. I've been talking to him. I'm going to have to beef up my follow-ups. So I love this online. Oh,
Okay, that was the
sorry.
next question I was going to ask you. You get new prospects from your Facebook posting, from your old events. What's your best? If you're doing them more frequently, I think in my mind, like if I had not done one of these and I'm brand new, I might think, well, yeah, I could do that once, but then I don't know who I would invite someone to, the next time.
And that was the beauty of the group thing. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm on this freaking headset, but anyway, I love the group because you build your group once, and I would recommend making sure get permission from people saying, hey, put a little sneaky post out there saying, hey, like, share, or comment on this. And so if somebody likes it, boom, go at them. They're added to that group, and until they remove themselves, every time you post in that group, they're getting that feed. So like I think our first online party, we had 30 people, and now we have over 200 and some, and that's just from building and from adding people throughout the time. And those original 30 are still there, and they're still getting thick. Matter of fact, I think of the original 30, I think 8 of those have become ambassadors. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do this within I'm just repeating you to make sure you do within the same group each time. Do you leave the old posts in there and just?
No, we right now, like our old post will stay up until we get ready for our new one, the next online event.
Okay.
And I go throughout there and I still add, hey, just a little gotcha saying, hey, just let you know, hey, we're still there. Like, especially this month, the free shipping thing. That is a key. Yeah. That's awesome. And then we always usually add some kind of special incentive thing to get people to, stick in, and I keep at, and that's another reminder that I do a lot. And I tell you, it's night and day different. And I set this last one up. It probably took me maybe 20 minutes to set up the whole thing, and it was 8 days long. The party was 8 days long because we went through, we did our new product video, which is awesome. You don't have to go through all your products during your except maybe your spotlight product or two. And then every day I would do 2 or 3 products and just spread it out throughout the day. It keeps it current on their feed. It keeps them reminding them, I need to contact him. I need to contact him. Oh, I like that. That's
okay. So now I'm gonna throw you some more questions. So I started this off with talking about launch parties, where I was talking about like a short window, like a couple hours, but you're talking about something. You're talking about sort of using the same script, but drawing it out more like we do the 7-day challenges, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
This Post My Party would be perfect for a 7-day challenge party.
Okay.
Because the format that you would use, you could duplicate.
Okay, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, you make it a template, and then you can go through and you can like get your basic information that you do all the time to get to your new 7-day challengers. And then you could add, oh, hey, this is relevant for this month, or this is relevant for this time period. You can throw in a Christmas thing, or you can throw in a spring thing, whenever you're doing it, it's flexible.
What I want to say is, if you plan to use it like at all, ever, I'm talking to everyone else. I know you already know this, but the $10 a month, you get one preferred customer on any product, and that first preferred customer will pay for this service more than pay for this service repeatedly every single month after month after month, as long as they're a preferred customer. So don't let the $10 a month make you be like, I can remember when I was in photography, and I can remember the I don't know, Yellow Book or something, the guy coming by and being like, springing me with this, how much it was going to cost to advertise with Yellow Book. And he gives me this entire amazing presentation of all these amazing things, and I'm like, I'm waiting for him to give me a number. I'm like in a frenzy. Just give me the number already. And he's like, it's going to be like $500 a year. And I was like, $500 a year? I was like, you got to be kidding me. And he said, how much do you charge for a photo shoot? And I was like, oh. He said, if you get like one, you've more than paid for you get one from this. And he said, I can assure you'll get several a month. So I'm sort of speaking to those of you who, if you've never run a business, and like I was in the position when I first started running a business, you sort of are like, well, this is my spending money. This is my that. And you're not really letting it to expand your mind and realize that if you actually invest some money in your business, you're going to get that back tenfold, 100-fold, whatever. So I'm going to see if anybody's asking any questions. Okay.
I do have to add one thing to that real quick.
Okay.
At $10 a month, even if you do one party a month, will be worth the stress level not being in there. I'm telling you.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, totally. It's like the price of a couple Happy Meals. I'm saying, yeah, seriously. It's funny because it feels like it wasn't that long ago for me in my life that I remember being like, anything that was a per month payment, I remember being like, okay, it was like, especially if it was like $40 or more a month, I remember being like, oh God. And now it's like, if that were for cable or something, things that do not make me any money, I'm like, oh yeah, totally got to pay that. I mean, that's cable. You got to have your cable.
That's adding HBO to your package.
Yes.
Add it.
Right. So, okay. Is there anything else you want to tell us about it? Because I'm at the point that I'm like, I don't even know exactly what are good questions to ask.
What I would recommend is go to the Post My Party. They have tutorials. They have the videos that you can watch. If you would like, I could show a demo sometime. I don't have it set up now, but I could show you how I set up a template. They go through and show you how to do it. I'm telling you, it looks
simple.
It is very, very simple.
Point and click, right? I mean, you're
Yep.
not having to know any back end fancy computer stuff. It looked like it was pretty streamlined.
Right.
Okay.
Here, let me find something real quick, and I'll show you exactly what my online parties look like, far as something maybe a little easier to understand. If I can find it real quick. Where are you at? There it is.
Do you make your groups private, secret, public? How do you do it, Carl?
We make them invite only by members.
Okay.
I can't remember which option that is. Not just anybody can join. They have to be invited by somebody that's already a part of the group.
Mm-hmm.
That's what so that way so if they want to invite their cousins, sisters, grandpa, they can. They don't have to come back to us. Just as long as they are Facebook friends, they can add them in.
Very smart.
Cool.
Would you say you're getting either new customers or new ambassadors from every party that you do?
Yes.
Yes.
So far, we have been successful with either. It's kind of weird. We either get all ambassadors or we all get all customers. I have yet to get a mixed bag.
That's funny.
So that's I'm going for the trifecta next time. Just kidding.
Like it's whatever's in the atmosphere that night. That's what you get.
Right. That's right.
That's cool.
Here, let me show you. I'm going to show you a Word doc. This is how I used to do. I still do it because it's just I'm anal about having information. So because once you set this party up, if it's not part of your template, it goes away. Only thing that stays is your template. So you lose what you put into your post. So I still do a Word document, and then that's how I build my post my party. So I'll show you. So it goes through here. It's just me being anal with a cover page. You don't really need that. So you go through and it tells you kind of remember the little template that we went through that you showed us, Lori? I can't remember who was the lady that showed us.
That
showed us the PDF, the online template.
For the party? Are you talking about the Dearies?
Yeah, the Dearies. Yes.
Yeah,
Krista did, yeah.
Krista did, yeah. I based it off of what she sent me.
Okay, yeah.
What she sent to us. But I still do it, and so that's basically what I post. Here, I'll get to the guts of it. So here's the post. I think, yeah, right here is where we start the actual party. This is not in the template. And when I tell you that we went a long way, still going, and end with the cream. I love Post My Party because you can expand it out even farther, but I figured that was long enough, so I didn't do it any farther than that.
That's very cool. Okay, then now, because this is going to be recorded and it's going to go on YouTube, I want to say something here at this point. The script that he is at least elaborating from can be found in most any team group. My son can be found in almost any team group. Call it online. Is it online launch parties? Is that what it's usually called? I'm trying to eliminate people from trying to message either you or myself who just are from other random teams who see this video on YouTube. So,
yeah.
Okay, so basically I think at convention, somebody who talked about this released basically online launch party script that has pictures and everything. So most team pages, whoever's team you're on, will be privy to this information. You just need to say, I need the script for the online launch party. Also, if you're watching this and you're on my team and you've never messed with any of this stuff before, you should know you don't have to make this party up, in case we weren't clear about that. You're not making any of this up. You can if you want, but it's literally, you can go copy it from the files on either the Butterfly page or one of the other team pages that you may be active on. So to me, when I was just sitting there like looking through Facebook, I guess yesterday or the day before, and I saw it says Carl Huddleston, and it said Post My Party. It shows that an app had posted it, and I was like, I said, oh, he's doing a launch party, and I was thinking in my mind, I wasn't sure that whether I was looking at an old post and it was just running through my news feed, or if it was going on right then. But this was in the middle of the day, and I was like, he's doing a launch party right now. Why is he doing a launch party? He's at work. And it caused me to really look at it. It says, Post My Party, and I was like, oh my gosh, he has figured out how to basically do this like remotely, and you could literally do it and not even have to be there, except for you need to be following up and answering questions with these people. Let me ask you this. If you have people, do you have any tricks for follow-up? Do you just do old-fashioned follow-up? I mean, that's what I do, but.
Yeah, I do the old-fashioned way. And sometimes when they comment or they like the post, or I see even sometimes when I see that they looked at it, but they didn't comment it, I'll go in through and I'll either private message them and say, hey, I saw you looked at that. Do you have any questions? If I know them, if I personally know them really well.
Okay.
If I don't know them, I do the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
So. And
I'm going to repeat something he said at the beginning in case you were sort of trying to get your listening ears on and you didn't have them on yet. He said that you can create an event invite and do it this way, but he is using groups. And in case you're not real savvy with Facebook, or even if you are, you may not realize that those are two very different things, and that a group he's continuing to add. It doesn't end at a specific date. That's one thing an event invite will eventually, like, you have to put an end date on it, and you can't continue to do it over and over in the same group. You can't continue to add people to it after the event invite's over. And most importantly, what he really pointed out was that it doesn't have that little seen by, and then you can click and see who all has seen that particular post. And that's giving him ways to follow up. You can see who is watching, who is clicking on it, who is paying attention, who is actually getting involved in the actual party while it's going on. So I'm basically trying, literally, because I thought this is going to be so interesting to some people, it's going to blow my inbox up, and I'm trying to, all the like real common, like, I know questions I'm going to get, I wanted to cover those in the video. Is there anything else I'm leaving out as far as that goes? Krista, do you know of anything I'm leaving out as far as launch parties go? It's obvious. Okay.
I would recommend, my recommendation is, if you do it and it's your first time, make sure you have at least minimum another ambassador doing it with you. If that ambassador can be sitting in the same room with you, it's a lot better. They don't have to be, but it is a lot better, because that way you can talk instead of having to communicate via the IM type thing. Like, because Lisa and I, we've done, let's see, I know we've done 4 together and 2 are not apart. I think we've done more than that, but the ones we've done together, they're so much easier. There's so much, and they're fun. I mean, we have fun doing it. It's kind of like our Zoom meetings. It's fun.
And if you've never watched the video that when we very first start talking about launch parties, the Dearies, Krista and Chad are who actually told us about launch parties in the beginning, and that video is worth your time because of that Zoom. It's a Zoom training video that we did, discussing the fact that they do it sort of like they have in the past. I don't know if they always do it this way, but they've done it like a pajama party. They sometimes do a video beforehand, and I know I've seen Carl and them do that too, where they do something that's inviting people to get them engaged. It's like, hey, I just wanted to welcome everyone, that kind of thing. To me, that is like such great icing on the cake for, and I guess, can you post that? Can you cause the video to go in your post your party, or do you need a link?
You can do a link. You can do a link, like to a YouTube. You can save it to like a YouTube type thing.
So you could have it. Yeah, I could see. And if you're doing it within the same group, it might get redundant. But either way, some of you are not going to probably do this where you're like consistent with the parties, where you're always getting, if you do decide to do it though, you also need to watch the Zoom training where we talked to Chad and Krista about launch parties. If you've not done one before, hang on a second. Let me see what questions I'm getting from you guys. Okay. Is it good to have your team members comment on the post?
Oh, definitely. That is make sure you have at least 1 or 2 other ambassadors on with you, because to your outside customers base, the newbies, they don't know that they're an ambassador. They just see somebody commenting on those comments.
That's right.
And the more activity you have, the better you're going to get.
Yes.
Feedback from.
If you plan on doing one of these, I would say you could post in the butterfly page if you're new, and you could say, hey, I'm thinking about doing one of these. Does anybody want to like sit in? Because basically it's a great tool, no matter which, if you've never done one, if you're thinking about doing one, or if you're doing your first one. Lots of people are interested in watching one if they're a little bit kind of like, I don't understand everything, how this works. Lots of people would be interested in sitting in on one, and therefore adding their 2 cents when you ask for testimonies. There are several posts that beg for engagement from people who have a little bit of knowledge about what Plexus is about. And I highly encourage, if you plan on doing one, and you're on my team, to ask on the butterfly page or one of our team pages, anybody, any of you other ambassadors who have a strong testimony, like to sit in on my my next party. Because I honestly, when I watched the first one you guys did, Carl, I was like, as I was watching it play out, I was thinking, okay, yeah, this is a very convincing way to work this business. It's also, and here's ding, ding, ding. This was so like for me, ding, ding, ding. It's so duplicatable.
Yes.
If you sponsor a new prospect from a launch party, what do you think they're going to want to know how to do their first couple of weeks in? They're going to be like, okay, can you tell me how to do what you do? Because they assume that that's what you do. I mean, maybe not all people are going to assume it, but if I got recruited from a party, I would think, all right, show me how to do a party. You know what I'm saying? And so, especially with this post my party thing, it really makes it great. So, okay, let's see. There's another question. How many days beforehand do you promote it?
Usually put it out there just a week before, just to say, hey, guess what? Hey, we got another one coming. And then let it set for a couple days. And then usually 3 days before, that's when you start advertising. And when I mean advertising, not just on your group, but on your personal page as well. That's the key. That's where you do your pre-advertising. What we do is on your personal page, so you can get new prospects.
Right.
And then don't forget to say on the group page, because they're still there, saying, hey, we love referrals. Bring your whole family. Let's go.
Do you have the one that you actually use yourself in template form, or do you just have it as a party? Like, do you have yours in something that can be shared in a file?
Yeah, I can send you that Word document.
Okay. Can you put it on the butterfly page?
I can. Let me clean it up a little bit, because it's got a bunch of extra stuff in there that I didn't post that probably wouldn't make sense to a lot of people. So it makes sense to me, but I'll clean that up and I'll get that.
Start out with Hootie Hoo.
Woohoo! Yeah, you have to. If you use my template, you got to use Hootie Hoo.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I know. That's good. Okay. Bunch of Texas slang.
Yeah, you betcha.
So, okay.
It's a slang with a little bit of Okie redneck.
Okay, let me see. I'll make sure we've got all our questions covered. Okay, Teresa, I think we covered all your questions there. So, okay, if you guys, are the pictures hard to find? The pictures are in the file, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Every picture that I use will be in that Word file. And then feel free to go find your own. Make it your own.
Yes. I would highly encourage, if there comes if a slide pops up that you're going through and you think, oh my gosh, I've seen something that really applies to this, you can spice it up yourself. The fact that you can save this to party to where every time you want to do one, all you have to do is reset the date and rename it, right? Unless you want to go make changes.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm super excited to have this knowledge, and now it's telling me my start list is full. So I'm gonna stop recording this.